guys, I just wanted to do another little video just to explain a few things. I've not thought of actually what I'm going to speak to you about now, but I've got a couple of things in my head based on some of the comments. I get a lot of messages from new drivers or drivers who are just going in through the process of getting a license, getting a provisional, getting lessons and things like that. So I just wanted to explain from my experience that I've had so far, and I've only been doing this commercially for a year. I've had my license since 2009, but obviously only used it in the army, so it wasn't really that experience isn't really relevant to what I'm doing now. And so I just thought I'd explain a few things, because everyone has their own picture in the mind of what they expect from the job, and it probably isn't what you're thinking of. A lot of it will be, but there's I'll start off with like a typical day for say an agency driver or anyone really. It could be any, you don't have to be an agency, but so a typical day is probably getting up around about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and that's every day. Get to work, depends how far your work is away from your home. If you're agency, it could be 15 minutes, it could be an hour. I certainly wouldn't, if it was agency driver, I certainly wouldn't go anywhere over a 40-minute drive away, because you're just going to be wasting loads of time at the end of the day, at the start of the day. So a typical day could be, you could get up 5 o'clock in the morning, you get to work for, I don't know, say 5:30, 6 o'clock, whatever time it is. And if you've never been there before, you don't know the layout, you don't know the building, you don't know who to speak to, so you have to go and find people. And a lot of the times people don't really help you unless you ask. You get a few drivers or a few people that are, or a few companies that are really good, and they say, oh yeah, this way, you've got your licenses, blah blah blah. But a lot of the time they'll do a quick explanation. This is what we're delivering, that's your area, there's your paperwork, here's a phone, any problems, give us a ring. If you get a drop for more than 10 minutes, give us a ring. They'll explain all that to you. And then off you go, and it's usually dark, especially, let me just turn that heating down. Oop. And it's usually dark, especially in the mornings, in winter time, as it is getting to now. So then you go and do your vehicle check. You'll probably get into a cab that's freezing, you have to wait for it to warm up, and then the company may say, don't let it engine idle, you're wasting diesel. Just little things like that. So then you get your wagon out, you've had a look in the back, you haven't got a clue what the hell it is. There was one time there's a few times I've delivered for a carpet and flooring company, and I got a stack of notes like that, and all was on the notes were codes of products and the address. I didn't have a clue what it was, and sometimes you're like 30 things for one drop. It'd be great if there's all the same thing, but a lot of the time it was different things. So off you pop, go to your first drop, and then you're like, can't find nothing, and there may be people there waiting for you to offload or help you offload or whatever. Don't let them rush you, because they will rush you sometimes. Just take your time. Just if they say, well, don't you know what it is? Just say, no, actually I don't. It's first day on this job, first day for this company, whatever you want to say. Don't let them rush you. So then you go and do all your drops, and you constantly, because you're new, you constantly look at your tacho, your time, your working time. It's all going around in your head, and you're like, I don't think I'm going to make it. Like, one of the first concerns I had was fuel. I'm thinking, I can't go all that distance and back again. I've run out of diesel. I've got a fuel card, blah blah blah. But trust me, you won't run out of diesel. If you run out of diesel, then you've done some serious mileage. You'll probably only use half to 3/4 of a tank. Probably not much more than that. and unless you're doing overnights, in which case you're away with a fuel card anyway. So one of the main things that used to bother me quite a lot was the companies I was working for when I was an agency. They'd constantly be on the phone. How long are you going to be for this one? How long are you going to be for this one? I've got these on the phone, give me shit. Where are you? Have you done this one yet? Why haven't you done this one yet? The normal driver does, it just goes on and on and on. So the best thing to do with that, take the phone out, take the battery out, and put it to one side. Just forget it, leave it. Unless you want to ring them, in which case put the battery back in. And if they say your phone was switched off, say I don't think so. It was on, definitely on. Just give them any old shit. And if you really want to get out of it, speaking to someone, take the battery out and short it with a paper clip, put it back in, it won't work. Then where they can't contact you. So I'll just tell you one instance once. I had a really shit day, really bad day. I was delivering, this was for the carpet and flooring place. I was delivering to, funnily enough, the army barracks where I learnt to drive wagons in the first place. And I was delivering there, they was building some new blocks. I knew the layout of the camp, so it was great. I went straight to the scoff house, it was right next door, brilliant. No time wasted there, and I got there and it was like, because it was a bit of a building site. They said, right, you're not allowed to climb on your wagon. I was like, well, how am I supposed to get the stuff off? And it's like, catch 22, you can't climb on it. I said, well, turn around then and I'll climb on it where you're not looking. So then I had to drive off, get on the wagon, get everything that I thought was right to the edge, drive back round again, open the curtains, and then they come along and picked it up. And I'd given them the wrong stuff. I'd given them some of the right stuff and some of the wrong stuff. And it was kind of nagging me. I was thinking, is it the right, have I given the right stuff? They would have told me if they'd given me the wrong stuff, etc. Anyway, I drove out of camp and it was nagging me, so I pulled over and I sat there and I went through all the rest of the drops that I had for the day, went through all the codes and found out what was missing. I then had to go back to that one, go back in the camp and retrieve the stuff. By this point, I mean, I was sweating and everything. I was flapping. I knew I had more drops to do, but I was running out of time. I had this, for some reason, the company gave this customer the mobile number. So this guy was ringing me on the phone saying, I need this stuff today. It's promised to a customer. Are you gonna? So I was like, yeah, I'll get there. And then I was looking at the time. Then I was thinking, hang on, if I deliver that there, it's an extra 50 miles there, and then back on track again to get back to the yard. I thought, I'm not going to make this. So I thought, right, I rang him back. I said, look, mate, I can't do it. I can't get you to see today. And he was going absolute nuts at me. So I just put the phone down. I rang up the company and said, I can't make it. I really can't make it. He went, well, that's fine. If you can't make it, can't make it. Don't worry about it. Just come back. Which was good of him to say that, because it kind of put me at ease, and it's, you know, because I felt like a bit of a failure. So then I'm driving back to Manchester. My working time's running out. I forgot that I could have a 45-minute break and then another hour on top of that to make it to 10 hours, sorry. I forgot about that. Just completely slipped my mind. And I got on the M60 motorway. This is probably about 7 o'clock at night, this. Bearing in mind I started at 5 in the morning. 7 o'clock at night, and then bump, standstill traffic. I was sat there, I was thinking, well, at least the tacho's it's not ticking over at the time, so I'm not going to go over my driving time. And then the traffic started crawling. And I was in crawling traffic then for 5 miles, which made me go over my driving time by 16 minutes. So I was like, what do I do now? I really didn't have a clue what to do. No one had ever told me what to do in this situation. So I just wrote a note basically explaining that I got stuck in the traffic at this time, at this date, because of an accident. And I kept that with me at all times for the next 30 days. Just in case I got stopped by a BOSA, but I didn't get stopped by a BOSA, which was fine. So anyway, I finally gets back to the yard. And then I stops at the yard and my wallet drops out of my pocket down the side of the seat. And obviously all the seats are all air sprung. So as soon as you get out, the seat goes down. So I'll have a quick scan, make sure I've got everything before I go. No, I had to come back then. I ended up getting back there at 10 o'clock at night once I realised my wallet was there. Found the truck, got my wallet out, and went back home. And that was just so tiring. I was just knackered. I was mainly stressed, but I was knackered as well. And I was kind of thinking maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I made the wrong decision. And I thought, well, I'm gonna have to give it at least a month to see how it pans out. So I'll give it a month, and as it excuse me, as time went by, working for different companies, I realised it's not that as hard as I thought. It's just me flapping and worrying too much. So the point of this video was really a bit long-winded, but to say to new drivers, if you start and think, shit, what am I doing? Or I haven't got a clue, you know, or what am I supposed to do in this situation? Just realise it'll get better, and then the more work you do, the more you realise how to deal with that situation. So chin up and just crack on with it. It's not as bad as you think it is going to be. But that first week though, you think, oh, there's so much to think about. There's so much, and it's not that bad. You'll get used to it. Well, it's not even getting used to it. You'll just understand it more, and then you can deal with it better. So that was the whole point of this video, really. It was just aimed at new drivers, just to let you know. And what I'll probably do is I'm probably going to set up a WhatsApp for anyone who's a new driver to ask me any question you need to go, anything you need on the go. So if you're out at work and you're like, what do we do in this situation? I can give you a WhatsApp. You can just message it, and doing it through WhatsApp, because your number will then display to me. So anyone who decides to start pissing around and give me abuse, I've got your phone number. So basically, and anyone who's genuinely needs help, I'll give you the help, no problem. If I'm available to speak at that time, most likely I will be, or as soon as I stop, I'll try and tell you. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll probably just use, I don't know, I've got another phone somewhere. I'll just use that to set it up with. So it's there for new drivers. So if any trolls are watching this, which you're probably not, because you only open a video, press dislike and close it anyway. If any trolls are watching this and you want to like use it and abuse it to give me shit, well, I'll have your phone number and I can just block anyway. I'm not that bothered. Just don't ruin it for people who actually need to ask someone else a question, or if they've not got anyone else to ask. So it's not giving me shit, really. It'll be giving the people who actually need it. You know, it'll be pissing them off, because they won't be able to help them if I stop doing it. So that's the whole point of all my videos anyway. It was for new drivers, and a lot of the subscribers now have nothing to do with trucking at all. And you're very welcome to watch the videos, and it's great to see your comments and stuff like that. But the main aim in this channel was and is for new drivers. So any questions, fire away. I often on YouTube I often don't get to see the messages. I've stopped getting messages on my phone now because there's just too many. I log in usually every couple of days to read the messages, and I basically select the ones to answer which I think are most important, you know, to answer. Sometimes I miss messages, or if someone sends it on Facebook, I tend to get those because I don't get that many messages through Facebook. And my Facebook page is on the bottom of every video. It won't be on the bottom of this one though, because I'm uploading this one from my phone straight from the truck. but click on any other video. In fact, if you go on my channel page, you've got on the right hand side, you've got Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff there. Just click on the Facebook there and just send me a message, and I should get that pretty much straight away. So good luck to the new drivers, and as I say, any questions, fire away. I'll answer it as soon as I can.